Good evening and welcome to today's news bulletin. I'm Zandile Mpapane, recapping stories making headlines. The Minister for Labour and Social Security today stated that the ministry is doing everything in its power to cater for the needs of students. The Secretary General of Council of Churches, Pastor Zwanini Shabalala, today mentioned that people should be respectful despite having different opinions. Students of William Picture College in Manzini marched to deliver a petition at the Times of ESWATINI offices. With those who are out of stories making headlines, now we shall get back to our news bulletin. The Minister for Labour and Social Security, Honorable Phila Buthelezi, today emphasized that the ministry is doing everything in its power to cater for the needs of students pertaining allowances. The Honorable Minister stated that by the 30th of January, every student will be allocated their allowances. We have a report.
Following the ongoing protest in the University of Eswatini, the Ministry of Labour and Social Security has taken upon itself that whatever is on the ministry's jurisdiction is being addressed. The minister, during a press briefing, reminded students that the ministry has issued a statement that it will be paying out personal and books allowances from the 30th of January, and students should consider that.
Siwabona nje protest actions umuntu utsakakhumbutele lokho ukuthi litiko a few days ago like lakhipha statement lesishoko lokho ukuthi sitawube sibhadala ema personal allowances as well as book allowances on the 30th of January, which is the end of this month. Ikusete lokushinjile kuloko konke kusahamba ngelihlelo, and that is for ongoing students. Batawucala ku receive ama allowances abo mhla kusukela tingemashumi lamathathu kubhimbidwayo. Kuma first years asikubeke lokho ukuthi ama first years asikakhona ukuthi so accommodate kule nyanga. Ngesizathu sekwekuthi lama tertiary institutions asengal invoice litiko kusho ukuthi bantwana leba ba admitile ngonaba labakhona tindleko tingakana.
Minister Buthelezi then pleaded with the university students that they mustn't disturb those who are self-sponsored, as that might affect them in the near future. I'm Kimbali Mavuso for Yemaswati News in Babane.
The Ministry of Health today mentioned that the Kingdom of Eswatini's aim is to be listed amongst those countries that played a vital role in fighting malaria. She mentioned that Eswatini is doing everything in its power to eliminate malaria in the kingdom. We have a report.
During an interview with our reporters, the Minister of Health, Dr. Lizzie Nkosi, expressed the government's intention to keep Eswatini among the top 8 countries in Africa fighting against the spread of malaria, even amidst rising cases.
La ngaphandle kusale mandi lapho mosquito bese ubreeder masinyane khona. Kusho ukuthi nalo kufutha nangabe nifutha kaniliyana lo muthi uhamba nalamandi masinyane uhamba nalemvula masinyane, so ningayithole benefit yalo kufutha. So inkinga yethu lenkulu kube ngileyo challenge leyo yekuthi anoma kufuthwa bekungabe effective. Kodwa siyafuna sichubeke sihlalele embili kulamavela nge8 latawo eliminate.
In 2017, the country was one of 7 others within the continent awarded for her significant progress in the fight against malaria.
Lolo responda koyini ngoba akafanani kahle kuletinhlobo letiningi letikhona. Kodwa nje lokusilimete kakhulu kuleti mvula bese tulu kakhulu lo nyaka nekuthi asikhona vele sidana sifutha khona kunalokunye ukusibuyisela emuva. So kuyafuna lapho sichubeke sibeke emehlo ethu singasuse emehlo ethu khona.
Reporting for Channel Yemaswati News, Abongile Mabuza, Kimberly Mavuso, Mbabane.
The Secretary General of Council of Churches, Pastor Zwanini Shabalala, today mentioned that despite having different opinions, people should be respectful of each other. We have a report.
following the unrest that has been going on and still going on in the kingdom, whereby the nation is not seeing eye to eye pertaining certain issues. This has affected almost everyone, hence it has affected even school-going children, tertiary students, workers, and almost everyone. Most people have an interest in knowing as to what is the take of pastors and the church organization and what is their role.
Umsebenzi wethu silibangazina ukuthi sikhuthade bonke labathintekako kungaba kuhulumende kube setinhlanganweni kube kuma-political parties noma boba nje labathintekako sithi wonke umuntu akafune kulalela lo munye asinakamlalela ahloniphe futhi nalakushoko lokuthi usho la phikisana nako noma la ngavumelani nako akusiso sizathu sekuthi ngaze kube nedlame noma ke sibone le violence lesibonako these days, but asifunze lokulalelana. Ngathi lokhu sikhambisa kakhulu nyalo kulolo hlangothi lolo nje ukuthi intolerance isedulo lokungafu nje kuva lo muntu umbeketelele nokuthi such that nangikhuluma lengikhuluma kunabe khona singavumelani ngako kusho ukuthi sengisitha sakho nangikhuluma noma ngathi ngiyaphikisa kulokushido wena sengisitha sakho ngathi lapho la sifike silima le khona kakhulu and sikuva lokhu etinkulumeni etikhulunywa dingabe tikhulunywa labo labathi bafuna inguquko noma tikhulunywa nguhulumende noma ke labaphethe leave uve lokuthi leti nkulumo atisho ukuthi akete lo munye sikhulume esilalelana but ungathi tiyafankata nje ukuthi noma utawuva kanjani wena kusanenzaka but so ukhulumile lona lakuko so lo moya lo sicabanga ukuthi nguwo lo lutawenda ukuthi kube khona ukukhulumisana.
Reporting for Yemaswati channel, I am Nonhlanhla with Gary Carlos in Manzini.
The Youth Enterprise Revolving Fund Chief Executive Officer Mr. Mazia, during an interview with our reporters in Babane, mentioned that the fund will be doing programs to educate the youth on how they can draft their business plans. We have a report.
During his speech at last week's Cabinet Retreat press conference, Prime Minister His Excellency Cleopas Dlamini announced the government's intention to create more jobs via youth empowerment. The Eswatini Youth Revolving Fund is looking to support the objectives of the government this year through their work to promote youth economic participation. The Youth Fund CEO, Yemaswati, encouraged youth to approach the fund and as well as to adhere to all prerequisites prior to and during the application process.
First of all, I would like to appreciate the statement by His Excellency, the Prime Minister, for alluding to the young people, the issue of empowerment that government is supporting young people on, in particular touching on their challenge to take advantage of the Youth Enterprise Revolving Fund in order for them to start their income generating projects with the support in terms of funding from our organization. I would love to also reiterate the Prime Minister's statement by encouraging young people to come to us as a fund to access this funding. We provide all kinds of support to young people is emanating from capacity building in preparing them to be in a position to prepare financeable and viable business plans. We have noted that since inception, the uptake of the loans from us as a fund is very low, mainly because of lack of capacity amongst the young people to prepare financeable business plans. Therefore, as a fund, we want to say to the young people, as a fund, we are ready to assist them to improve their capacity and preparedness so that their chances of success with us as a fund are increased. We would also want to challenge the young people to also take advantage of other government funds that are readily available for young people, in particular the Regional Development Fund.
Reporting for Channel Yemaswati News, Abongile Mabuza, Wazandile Mpapane, Mbabane.
Welcome back. You're still tuned in at Yemaswati channel. I am Zandile Mpapane. We shall get back to our news bulletin. Students from the William Picture College, which is situated in Manzini, marched today to deliver a petition at the Times of ESWATINI offices. This is following a story that was published by the newspaper, whereby the students mentioned that everything or rather all allegations that were made against them in that story are false. We have a report.
The William Pitcher students today went to deliver a petition at the Times of Swaziland offices in Manzini. The students are demanding evidence of retraction and a public withdrawal of a story that was published in the Sunday Times. According to Begama Buza, who is president at William Pitcher College, he stated that the withdrawal must be done in public and written in bold in the front page.
Sitokela Times, sitokela Times, sitot demand at Times. Kwekuthi must withdraw the false accusations against William Pitcher students. Sima students at William Pitcher Training College, we are guided by our constitution. Let's show ukuthi my decision at William Pitcher la affect my students onke ase William Pitcher. Sitawathatha kanjani? Sikumekile ke lokho kwabasebaleni lokuthi lokho lokubhala ngumhlonishwa asikwadi lokusende setha la Times. We are not fighting an individual, but we are fighting the institution of Times. Ngoba before a journalist ibhale stories publishwe, there shall be a editor ophathisako ukuthi le story lesikahle ukuthi siphume ephepheni.
Ncedisi Sikwane, who is the Secretary General of SRC, demanded an apology.
Sizengakayifunzi le petition asiveta lokuthi na insight lenibhalile sicela isuke and we vow lokungabuyeli ke eclassini uma ningakayisufi lento lenibhalela. And on top of that, if you fail kwenda njengoba sicela, because nyalo we are asking siyacela peacefully sicela nisuse lento lenibhalela. If you fail, you are then forced to do other means letanenta ukuthi nipusheke.
The petition was received by Ann Adams Susan, who is head of marketing in Manzini region, who stated she was sent to receive the petition, but it's not for her to apologize.
I've been asked to accept the petition, no more and no less. I can sign it, I will take it up to Mbaban to head office, but I cannot apologize because we're still going to address all the other issues in the petition that has been asked.
In other words,
I'm accepting the petition.
But you can't apologize. I'm
taking it to my head office, to the people in charge, but I cannot apologize because I'm here only to accept the petition.
Thank you. Reporting for Yemaswati channel, I am Nhlahla Twala in Manzini.
Eswatini has seen more hot temperatures and less wet weather over the past few days. As we know, the country has experienced wet weather this summer that has resulted in several damaging effects, from flooding to infrastructural damage, and with the effects of tropical storm Anna still being felt in some countries within the SADC region, Channel Yemaswati reporters contacted the Eswatini Meteorological Service to find out whether recent high temperatures are just a small feature in the harsh, unpredictable patterns.
Weather pattern this week are indicating that we will be experiencing some partly cloudy conditions almost throughout the week, although towards the weekend, which is Friday, we're expecting a frontal system to pass through our region and some thunderstorms can be experienced, more especially in the afternoon on Friday. Otherwise, throughout the week, temperatures are expected to rise a little bit, although there will be a slight drop or tomorrow, which is Wednesday. There will be some sun intervals, though with some rainy conditions at some places. Otherwise, partly cloudy conditions currently are indicated. After the passage of Anna, the tropical storm, which passed through Nampula, or the northern portion of Mozambique, which is now a decaying low pressure or a decaying tropical cyclone or tropical storm, which is now a low, sitting just over Zimbabwe. we're expecting it to continue decaying and just becoming a low pressure cells, although it's going to bring some rainfall that is over Zimbabwe, Zambia, and the western portion of Mozambique. Over Swaziland, there isn't anything we are expecting. Otherwise, that is the weather we are expected to experience, that is during this week.
Reporting for Channel Yemaswati News, Abongile Mabuza, Kimberly Mavuso, and Zandile Mbaban.
It was a cheers occasion today for Mbelebeleni folks and Mkiweni Ingundla as microprojects finally finished constructing a footbridge in the area. We have a report.
Residents of Mbelebeleni are excited to have a well-constructed bridge that has been constructed by microproject. Mbelebeleni Rail Cross said as a community they are delighted to have the bridge. However, they appeal to the residents to show up when called to come and fix the tongas that can damage the footbridge.
Siyathokoza kubona umsebenzi lo njengalo asikaze siubone besinayo etebetebe ayinkinga kepha njeke lo lesesakhelwena namuhla awu siyabonga kakhulu kuhulumende sicela ke lokuthi esiveni sala Mbelebeleni njengoba kuyabonakala ukuthi kukhona kusangakapheli na indlungu libamemeta sitawucezela lo msebenzi siyacela ukuthi wonke umuntu akaphume ngoba sawubonile phela umsebenzi wale blow belina igcwele imbuluzi ungakhweli kweleka kepha bekewelwa la ngoba lamanda bengafiki siyacela nje kakhulu ukuthi wonke umuntu osembelebeleni naye memeta nje indungulo akaphume
Mkweni Member of Parliament Michael Masugu said that they are grateful to microproject for the bridge and the fact that they are willing to assist the community in fixing the tongas.
La enkundla yasemkhweni lecala liblow linjengaleli lesilibonako ngithi nje sikubonga kakhulu manje nje sekusimosha kakhulu ngila egcineni kodwa ke akabe inkontraka ngoba bekuyinto leyayenteke kadzeni sesikhanza kunemanyelanyanyana la sahambi kahle kukhona lokubhidlibhidlika lokukhona kepha nje ke uhulumende noma ke yena microproject usatinikele ukuthi ufuna ukukwenda ngoba nathi imvula tiyeta nje sekuneseselana sisibona ukuthi singasinyunzela kulo msebenzi omhle kangaka siyajabula lokuthi namhla sitobuka kona ukuthi baya-attenda siyinkundla ke siyadicapha kakhulu ngemsebenzi lo nje ngoba nawuthunywe abantu kwangathi ungayibona imisebenzi lemihle loyendile nawe uthi noma uhamba uticaphe uthi awu kukhona lengakwendela abantu so siyinkundla ke siyajabula ukuthi nangu umsebenzi lo muhle lowenziwe nguhulumende.
Reporting for Yemaswati Channel, I'm Kerry Carlos, Mbelebeleni.
A Shongwe man from Malinza pleaded with Yemaswati to help him as he mentioned that some of his family members took all his father's belongings after his demise. We have a report.
He said that his grandmother, uncle and aunt are responsible. This comes after the trio told him that his father was not a Shongwe party Dlamini, hence he was not part of the Shongwe said that all these allegations came after the death of his father.
Anamvana babe ngifuna ukuya ekhaya abafuni ngidela ekhaya bathi baba kasiwa la kepha mina ngikhule ngathi ukuthi ngwala babe wala makwami watekelwa kuna indlu naye athi sekamtekile kule ndlu lena ngekuthi babe namake banema issues babathi nabanema issues wathatha lo mnyomfati maka awakadlamini bathi babe bathi wakadlamini weva mosimvana babe mina ngifuna kubiye ekhaya ngibiye endlini yababe nayiya bathi bayangilwisa
konde kanya
bathi baba kasiwa la bathi wakadlamini nangithi mina ngikuphi le kadlamini uthi lo gogo akati ngithi mina ngathi ukuthi ekhaya kula ngifuna kubiya ekhaya babe wangcwatshula la kumalinza la ngathi khona ukuthi mina ngwala ekhaya ungcwatshule kula mathuna ala kumalinza bayangadi kumalinza ukuthi ngwala bathi labala ekhaya bayangilwisa abafuni etindvoda babe washona na 2 etimoto badidla bona ngisesemncane kwathi imali yababe le yasala yafundisa babe lomncane lala ngafuni nalendlu le namuhla ngimncane ngihlala lekhabo make ngesheya.
We spoke to Gogo Nonochitwala, who confirmed that Sandile was her grandchild. However, Gogo did emphasize that nothing belonged to Sandile because he told his father when he was still alive that he was not part of the Shongwe family.
ngamtshela baba wakhe ngathi mina sakhule ukuthi vela kusuka lapha bebambonga sibonga sakhona wavela ukuhlala khona uyathi nje kusukela naye ukuthi vela kusibathi bhalela thina bhalelwa ngubani.
Mr. Shongwe said that he is still surprised because when his father passed away, he was also buried with the Shongwe family. For Yemaswati channel, I'm Gary Carlos.
A Mamba man who is visually impaired requested Yemaswati to assist him in building a permanent structure for him, as he mentioned that he is currently homeless. We have a report.
Mamba says he fell sick in 2018 and was forced to go for an operation, and that is when he lost his sight and went blind. Mamba says he was forced to stop working, thus he now makes a living from making and selling Starsoft with his wife. Mamba stated that life is not easy, hence he cannot maintain the family. He mentioned that he has land but is in short of material to build a house for his family. Engabe wena ukhubateke nini vele?
Ukhubateka kwami kube sekuqaleni kwa-2018 sengimzala.
Kwendekani?
Kusho ukuthi kwaba netinkinga ukuthi ngihaya ku-operation ekugcineni kwa-2017. Nangibuya kuleli viki lekucala ngangibona kwase kusileli landzelako ngaze ngisabona emehlweni.
Manje vele sekude la ukhona ukuthi ungaqasheka khona usakhona ukusebenza?
Yes, sekude laba ngakhona ungicasha khona.
Engabe nyalo tiphilisa ngani?
Lesiye siphilisa ngawo siyesende Starsoft.
Wenda Starsoft nina bani?
Sinama kwakami.
Okay.
Yes.
Bamfana bakhona?
Bantwana bakhona bayafunza.
Bangaki?
Bathathu. Lo munye nje ufunda grade 7 utababhala. Lo mfana ufunza grade 4. Lo mncane ufunza grade 2.
Okay. Manje le Starsoft ngene sithengise kanjani nebakuphi vele?
The Starsoft sihambe singena lamahhovisi sithengisele bantu nje.
Lofuna ku-order nje Starsoft angashayela yiphi nombolo?
Angashayela 7622 6132.
Nalaba labangafisa kuniphala lisitolo ukuthi banakhele lelikhaya bangashayela yona le nombolo.
Kuyo yona le nombolo le
Cela uyiphindze ntuleni.
7622 6132.
Those that can be able to assist can contact the provided numbers. Reporting for Yemaswati channel, I am Nohlatla Twala in Manzini.
Well, that's all the news we had for tonight, but before ending tonight's bulletin, let's take a recap of the stories which made headlines. The Minister for Labour and Social Security today mentioned that by the 30th of January, every student will be awarded their allowances. The Secretary General of Council of Churches, Pastor Zwanini Shabalala, today mentioned that despite having different opinions, people should be respectful of each other. Students of William Picture College in Manzini today marched to deliver a petition at the Times of ESWATINI offices in Manzini. Well, that's all the news we had for tonight. Do have yourselves a beautiful evening. Good night. A Mamba man